welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so excited that you found me, and if you're returning, I'm so grateful you've decided to come back and watch more. I love all things luxury. I love luxury shoes, I love luxury handbags, luxury lifestyle and vlogging, and if they're things that appeal to you, I hope you'll do me a massive favor and hit that subscribe button down below. Hitting that subscribe button costs you nothing and means an awful lot to me, so I hope you'll help me out. Today, I thought I would do a little bit of a story time built around the concept of FOMO and how saying no is hard sometimes. So for those that don't know, FOMO is fear of missing out. And I know some people who in their life live under the whole rule of FOMO. It's like, oh my goodness, something's happening, I have to go. And it must be really exhausting, but I certainly have friends like that. So FOMO can be really, really hard sometimes. Like you see everybody else around you doing something or going somewhere or getting something, and you just feel like, why can't I have that? I have to join in. I have to find the money to do it. I have to go there too. Everybody's going here for the holidays. I want to go too. And FOMO can be really hard, especially in the day and age of social media where we see everybody's life or what they want us to see of their lives. So yeah, FOMO is definitely a thing that I think most of us experience at some point or in some way in our life. And if you have never experienced it and you don't experience it, then you are an incredibly well-adjusted person, and my hat's off to you for that. So I have experienced FOMO very recently, and I wanted to talk about that and how saying no sometimes can be really hard, and you've got to make hard decisions sometimes. So as a bit of backstory, so at the moment Fendi in Australia is having World of Fendi in Melbourne. So I've known for a while it's happening. I was invited to go by my sales associate, which was lovely of them to invite me down to Melbourne for it. And as part of World of Fendi, you can do a made to order bag. So it's going to be an exotic, that's a given, and it's going to cost upwards of over 15,000 Australian dollars. And I knew all of that when I was invited. I also knew that I had plans to go to Europe in September, and that is a financial commitment, not just the trip itself, but the fact that I want to enjoy the trip and be able to shop and do things that I want to do without thinking about money. So when Fendi invited me to go to World of Fendi, knowing everything that I knew and knowing what was going to be on offer, I refused. I said no, that I wouldn't go. I explained to my sales associate why I was refusing the invitation, that it was 6 weeks before me leaving for Europe, that I didn't want to leave my husband and children so close to me, leaving them again, because I would probably be down there for 2 nights, I would think, because the appointments are overnight because we're on a different time zone to Rome and they hook up direct with Rome. So I knew that I would be away at least 2 nights, possibly 3, depending on flights and work and stuff. And I really didn't want to do that right before I went to Europe. I also explained to him that I didn't want to put the money into a made to order right before I went to Europe, that World of Fendi comes around once a year, but Europe, I don't know when I'll get back. So yeah, I explained all of this to him and he was fine with that. I also said that my dream made to order at the moment is in a Fox, and they've taken Fox off the table for made to orders. It's not an option at the moment. So I didn't see the point in going just to make a bag that I really didn't want in the first place. Like, it wasn't going to be my dream bag because my dream bag was not being offered at that point. So he understood all of that and he was fine with it. So that was all done and dusted. Fast forward to this week, and World of Fendi is currently happening in Melbourne, and he went down to World of Fendi, my sales associate, and presented my dream bag to the design team in Rome and said, I have this client, her dream bag is, and I will tell you, my dream bag is a Fendi First, in the small size in Fox, and this is Fox, in a Barbie pink color, in the Barbie pink color. I want a Fox Fendi First in Barbie pink. So he floated that with the design team in Rome. They came not at my request, but just because he knew that I wanted it. He came back to me and said, I have done this. We're waiting on an answer. And then the answer came. So Rome said that they would do it for me, but they would have to dye the fox specially for this bag, that they are not currently doing fox, or they're certainly not doing fox in that color. So for me to do a made to order, they would allow me to do it. It would cost a premium because I would be getting a one of a kind piece, and they would be specifically dyeing it the color I wanted, but they would do it if I wanted it. So this all happened at like, I don't know, 7 o'clock at night. And I had that feeling in my chest of, oh my goodness, like this is it. This is the dream bag that I desperately want. I really want a Fendi First in Barbie pink fox, and they're offering it to me. And they're going to dye it specially for me. This really is a one of a kind piece. Like, I should do this. I should just front the money and do it. And the way made to orders are done is that you will pay half as a deposit up front, and then you pay the other half when you get it. So I'm like, well, I'm really only paying for half, but half of a lot of money is still a lot of money. So I was like, oh, I should do it. Like, this is one of a kind. It's exactly what I want. My sales associate's gone to all this trouble for me. I should do it. I should do it. So I went to bed, as I do, and my little brain was ticking around. And when I woke up the next morning, I had realized a few things. So first of all, I said to my sales associate when he was talking to me, is this my only opportunity to do this, or will it be an option down the track as well when Fendi made orders come back around? And he said to me, no, it has to be done right now because the designs team here is here and they're agreeing to it. So if you don't do it now, I can't guarantee it's ever going to come back again, which I understand. And that's probably the information he's being given, and I get that. But Fendi are very much the boy who cried wolf, or in their case, they are the brand that cried exclusivity. They have always been like that, where they will say, you need to pre-order this because we're only getting so many. If you don't pre-order it, you probably won't get it. So they'll push the pre-orders. They also push the, oh, this is coming, but there's only so many. If you don't get it, you won't get another one. And then more stock comes later. The pink sequin baguette that I have is an excellent example of that. The Purple Rain sequin baguette is a perfect example of that. Even the Tiffany bags that I got, I was told only one was coming, and then more came. So they are the brand that cries exclusivity and then doesn't deliver any exclusivity. So when I read that if I didn't do it now, I wouldn't get another chance, because they've done this so often, I really did have a moment of, I don't believe that. I don't believe it. If they're willing to do it for me now and dye the fur specifically the color I want it now, why would that not be an option in the future? You've just said you can do it, you will do it. Why does it have to be exactly this second? Why can't it be 6 months or 12 months from now? Why can't it be in November when I get back after I'm back from my trip for a bit? Why does it have to be right now? And I don't believe it does. I believe it suits Fendi Australia for me to do it right now because they have the event happening. I believe it probably suits Rome that I do it right now because they want the order, they want my money. But I don't believe that I won't be able to do it later on. And I might come to find that that was a bad decision, and that they don't offer it to me again, that I won't ever get to do it this chance again. But I'm hedging my bets on this one. I think that I really need to. I also considered the fact, and Dale, I had talked to Dale from Dale's Addiction. She's a very good friend of mine. I'll link her channel down below. I had talked to her in the interim as this was all happening, and she's like, oh, you're missing the opportunity to do the made to order in person. And that really rang true in my head. So my very first made to order that I did with Fendi, my only made to order to this point, I did that remotely because we were in COVID at the time, and I couldn't get into the city at night because my children were still too little, and it was an overnight appointment. So I did all of that remotely. I didn't get the experience that other people get, where they sit and they go through the box and they talk to the design team in Rome, and you get to really realize your vision in real time. I didn't get any of that last time. And by doing that way again this time, even though I'm very specific in what I want, I'm still not getting that experience. I'm doing myself out of the experience because I don't know if I'll ever do another made to order after that. I'm not sure if anything will pique my interest enough. So I've basically had 2 shots at it, and I've robbed myself of the experience twice. So that rang really true in my head. Like, do I really want to do it this way again? Or do I deserve to get the full experience if I'm going to spend this amount of money? So those things were sitting in my head. And then the final straw that broke the camel's back for me was that the whole reason I hadn't participated in World of Fendi was because I know I'm going to Europe in 6 weeks. I don't want to spend that money. It's not that I don't have the money. It's that right now, spending that money or having that money available to me while I travel is more important to me than doing this made to order that I think I'm going to get another shot at down the track. Even if they're telling me I won't, I don't quite believe it. So if that was my whole rationale in the first place as to why I didn't go to World of Fendi, why am I reneging on that now? Is it just FOMO? Do I have fear of missing out? And the answer is yes. That would be the only reason that I was doing this made to order, that I had FOMO, that I was so upset about missing out, that I was going to commit to a bag that was going to be thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, because I was scared of missing out. But I had to say no. It was the right thing to do. It was the right thing in this moment to say no. There was a reason I didn't do this in the first place, and it was a valid reason. Europe and being able to spend whatever I want over there is more important to me than having this bag right now. In this moment, at this time, it is more important that I have freed up money to go and spend whatever I want in London and Paris than it is to buy this bag. I also strongly believe that I'm going to get another shot at it. So why is this fear of missing out sitting so heavy in my chest when I know what Fendi's like, and I'm probably going to get another shot at it down the track? So I made the choice and I said no. And it was hard. I texted my sales associate first thing the next morning and said, listen, I appreciate that you went to bat for me. I appreciate the design team extending the offer to me and saying that they will go above and beyond and do this bag that does not exist in a fur that they're not offering and dye it specifically for me. I appreciate all of those things. I really, really do. But I had said from the very outset that I wasn't participating in this round, and there was reasons why I wasn't participating in this round, and I need to tell you now I'm not going ahead with it, so no more time is wasted on this. I didn't have sketches yet. I didn't have contracts yet. They hadn't gone to that extent. So as far as I was concerned, it was better for me to shut it down right then and there than to let everybody go through the whole process, get the contract, and then say no. I think that would have been a terribly bad look for me as a client, and it might have done serious damage to my relationship with Fendi going forward. So I shut it down early. And I reminded my sales associate of why I hadn't participated in the first place and that I had said no from the start. So while I appreciated what he had done and what the team had done, it had all been done contradictory to what I had said from the outset, which was I wasn't participating. They had done it anyway, banking on the fact that I would get FOMO and that I would then commit to this bag. And I don't like being backed into corners. I've never liked being backed into corners. Don't try and put me there thinking that I will just give in and go, oh, okay, you gave me exactly what I wanted, so I'll do it. But it wasn't how I wanted it or when I wanted it. And I think if I'm spending tens of thousands of dollars on a bag, it should be exactly what I want, when I want, how I want. It shouldn't be on somebody else's terms. And I think that is the whole moral of this story. So yes, Fear of missing out is a thing. You will always have fear of missing out. I believe that there is nobody who will ever not experience fear of missing out at some point in their life over something. But at the end of the day, you have the right to have things on your terms, especially in this luxury space. If you are spending a lot of money on luxury, and a lot of money means different things to different people, but a lot of money for me is considered anything in the luxury space, because if you have this amount of money, it is all a lot of money. Even if it's just a card holder, to spend $450 on a card holder is insanity. It's all insanity. So if you're spending that amount of money, then you spend it when you want, how you want, on your terms, when you're ready. You don't ever let anybody pressure you into it has to be right now. And sometimes that will mean that you will miss out because things are exclusive or things are limited, and it's just the way that it is. But it is much more important that you don't ever back yourself into a corner because of fear of missing out. Don't allow the fear to drive your purchases. I think you can get yourself into a lot of trouble that way. So they're just my thoughts, and maybe they're valid, maybe they resonate with you, maybe you've got no clue and you think, what is this woman going on about? I am fine with all of those things, but I just thought it was interesting that I felt such pressure in my chest, this fear of missing out. I have to do this. And they were honestly thoughts that ran through my head. I have to do this now. My sales associate's gone to all this trouble. Rome has said that they're going to do it. It's going to be a one-off. It's exactly what I want. I have to do this. No, I don't. Nor should I, because I had set up parameters already around this, that it wasn't the right time, and I need to stay true to that, because it was a decision, it was a rational decision that was made prior to being in that moment. That fear of missing out put me in a very different mindset, and if I had made the decision to go ahead with it, it was not going to be the right decision, because the decision I had made originally was made in calmness and it was rational and it suited what I had going on. I had to stay true to that. That was the most important thing. I hope this rambling video has maybe helped some of you. I don't know, maybe you all experience FOMO. Tell me in the comments down below, do you experience fear of missing out, and does it drive some of your purchases sometimes? I'm really interested to hear, because I experience fear of missing out regularly, but in this moment, that was the heaviest feeling I had felt in a long time. That FOMO, I've got to do it, I've got to do it. And I didn't, and I have to say, I'm really proud of myself for not doing it. And I didn't articulate any of this to my husband while it was happening. I'm not even sure I've told him now, but in that moment of saying no to my sales associate, I felt really proud of myself, like I had made a good decision. And I think that is the most telling thing about my decision, the fact that I am proud of it right now. I am not going back and going, I should have. I'm really just proud that I said no, and therefore it's the right decision for me. If you've liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. It means a lot to a content creator when you hit that subscribe button. Please also hit the little bell notification so you know when I've uploaded videos, which is usually 3 times a week. I'll also throw up my Instagram handle for you so you can come follow me over there. I put lots up in real time, lots around my collection and my day-to-day life, so please come follow me over there. I hope wherever you are in the world today, you are having a fabulous day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.